Your bathroom is probably the most overlooked room in your entire home, but it's also the one you use the most. Morning after morning, night after night, it's the first and last place you step into every single day. But how does it actually make you feel? For most people, it's a functional space, maybe a little cluttered, maybe a little dingy, maybe just forgettable. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. You don't need marble floors or a $20,000 renovation to make your bathroom feel luxurious. You need mindset, you need attention to detail, you need strategy. The truth is, there's a reason why hotel bathrooms feel so elevated. It's not just about having a bigger space or fancier fixtures, it's about how they're designed. Everything is intentional, nothing is accidental. And the best part is, you can recreate that energy without calling a contractor or pulling a single tile off the wall. So why don't more people do it? Because we think luxury is out of reach. We think a spa-like feel costs money, takes time, or requires a remodel. But what if I told you that with just a few simple changes, most of which you can do today, you could walk into your bathroom and feel like you've checked into a 5-star hotel? Because you can. You absolutely can. You don't need a bigger space. You don't need fancy plumbing. What you need is a plan. You need to stop thinking of your bathroom as just a utility, and start treating it like a sanctuary. Think about it. How do you feel when you check into a nice hotel? You open the door, the lights are soft, everything is clean, coordinated, thoughtfully arranged. The towels are thick, the air smells fresh, the mirror is spotless. It makes you want to take a long shower and breathe. You feel cared for. Now, imagine feeling that way every morning, in your own home. Not once a year on vacation, but every single day. The first key to unlocking that 5-star feel is deep. I'm not just talking about tossing out old products. I mean stripping down your bathroom to the essentials, to the things you actually use daily, and hiding the rest. Hotel bathrooms don't have 17 bottles on the sink or 3 half-used shampoos in the shower caddy. They're minimal because minimal feels peaceful, and peace is luxury. So start there. Look at your counter. If it doesn't serve a daily purpose, it goes behind a cabinet, in a drawer, or out entirely. You're not throwing things away, you're creating visual breathing room. The less your eyes have to process, the calmer you'll feel in the space. Once that space is cleared, then the magic can begin. The second secret is coordination. Walk into a 5-star hotel and you'll notice something very quickly. Everything matches. The towels are the same color. The soap dispensers are uniform. Even the decor follows a specific palette. There's no rainbow of random toothbrush holders or 8 different hand towels from different decades. It all flows. Why? Because uniformity equals elegance. That means it's time to upgrade those old mismatched towels to a set. White is always safe, always clean, always timeless. You don't need a dozen of them. 2 or 3 good quality ones, neatly folded or rolled, is better than 10 that look like leftovers. That robe hanging behind the door, it's not just practical, it's an aesthetic signal. It says this space is for relaxing, not rushing. And believe it or not, visual cues like that influence your mood, even subconsciously. Now that you've cleared the clutter and matched your essentials, there's one last mindset shift you need to make before we move into the real styling phase. Stop treating your bathroom like a storage closet. Treat it like a destination. You go in there to reset, to start fresh, to feel clean and clear. That means everything you add from this point forward, every candle, every towel, every accessory should be working toward one goal: making the space feel intentional, calm, and elevated. You're not just tidying up, you're curating an experience. And the more you start thinking that way, the more you'll start to feel the difference. Because trust me, once you walk into your own bathroom and it feels like you just stepped into a boutique hotel, you won't want to go back. And we're just getting started. Now that the foundation is in place, it's time to build the vibe. Now that your space is decluttered and you're beginning to see your bathroom through a fresh lens, it's time to elevate the atmosphere. This is where the transformation really begins. And the best part, it's all about subtle, inexpensive swaps that collectively have massive visual impact. We're not reinventing your bathroom, we're revealing it. The version of it that feels high-end, clean, and calming. The version that's been hiding under years of rushed mornings, crammed drawers, and ignored details. Let's start with something simple but transformative: your shower curtain. That thin plastic liner or faded floral pattern might not seem like a big deal, but it sets the tone every time you walk in. A hotel would never hang something flimsy or outdated, so swap it out. Choose a heavy fabric curtain and a solid neutral white beige gray. It should hang all the way to the floor if possible, giving the illusion of height and structure. Pair it with a clean liner, and suddenly your tub area looks intentional, not makeshift. Next, lighting. This one's a game changer. Most bathrooms are stuck with yellow, overhead lighting that casts shadows and makes the whole space feel tired. In contrast, hotel bathrooms always feel bright but soft, flattering but not harsh. That's because they use lighting strategically. You can do the same. Start by replacing any overhead bulbs with soft white LED. Does nothing to blue or to orange. Around 2700 to 3000 Kelvin is the sweet spot. If your mirror doesn't already have lighting, You can stick LED strips around it, or place a small table lamp on the vanity if there's space. And don't underestimate the power of a dimmable nightlight or warm wall sconce for evening use. Hotel bathrooms don't just light up, they glow. And when your lighting is right, everything else looks better. Now, turn your attention to what's on the counter. A scattered mess of random products instantly ruins the look, no matter how nice your towels are. So here's the fix: containment. Every item that lives on the counter should live on or in something. A small tray instantly makes your lotion and hand soap feel curated, not cluttered. Don't have a tray? Use a ceramic plate or an old cutting board. Anything to create boundaries. Hotels always have one because it frames your essentials like they matter. And they do. That's the visual trick. Even inexpensive items look elegant when displayed with intention. Speaking of items that elevate the space, consider the mirror. That standard build-a-grade mirror glued to the wall. It's not doing your room any favors. You don't have to rip it out. You can frame it. Pill and stick mirror frames exist. Or even wood trim cut to size can be mounted directly around it with adhesive strips. Or, if you want a real upgrade, replace it entirely with a framed mirror that complements your color scheme. Mirrors are focal points in bathrooms, and a well-chosen one can instantly modernize the room. By now, your bathroom should already be starting to feel different. You've cleared space. You've improved light. You've introduced simple design, structure. But here's where the mood starts to come in: scent. Walk into a luxury hotel, and one of the first things you notice is the smell. Clean, subtle, relaxing. You don't need 100 candles. One good one placed strategically is enough. Think fresh linen, eucalyptus, white tea. A diffuser or reed set works too. Keep it subtle. This is background music for your nose, not a shout. As you implement each of these changes, the space begins to tell a different story. Instead of a place where you brush your teeth and run out the door, it becomes a space where you pause, where you breathe, where you feel taken care of. That's what hotel bathrooms do. They hold space for you to slow down. And now that you've laid the groundwork, you're ready to take it even further. In the next few tips, we'll explore the finishing touches, the textures, the greenery, the rituals that pull it all together and make your bathroom not just look but feel like a retreat. Because design isn't just about what you see, it's about how a space makes you feel, and yours is about to feel like luxury. Now that your lighting, decluttering, and foundational pieces are in place, it's time to layer in the finishing touches that give your bathroom that unmistakable 5-star atmosphere. This is where the space starts to feel not just clean or updated, but truly indulgent. Because if the first steps were about removing distractions, these next steps are about adding intention. Hotels don't just stop at clean towels and decent lighting. They curate texture, scent, and small luxuries that turn ordinary routines into calming rituals. And yes, you can do the exact same thing without breaking your budget. Let's start with scent, because it's one of the most powerful design tools that people don't think of as design. The moment you walk into a luxury hotel, your senses are greeted by a specific fragrance. It might be citrus and cedarwood in the lobby, or eucalyptus and mint in the spa. That scent becomes part of the experience, the identity. Your bathroom can have that too. You don't need a fancy aromatherapy kit. One diffuser with a subtle essential oil blend is enough. Choose something fresh and clean, nothing too sugary or overpowering. A eucalyptus reed diffuser on the counter or a lavender candle on the shelf can completely shift the atmosphere. And if you're someone who showers often, try this. Hang a small bundle of eucalyptus from your shower head. The steam releases the scent naturally, creating an instant spa moment every time you turn on the water. Next, let's talk about greenery. A 5-star hotel bathroom often has some kind of living element in it. This might be a small orchid on the sink, a leafy vine on the shelf, or a potted plant on a windowsill. You don't need to be a plant expert, and you definitely don't need to keep anything alive if that's not your thing. High-quality faux plants work just as well visually. The goal isn't to garden, the goal is to soften all the hard surface, tile, the porcelain, the glass with something organic. Even a tiny succulent can do this. Just place it somewhere unexpected, like near your soap dispenser or in the corner of your tub. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be present. Now, let's deal with the little things, the stuff you use every day but often ignore visually. Soap, lotion, shampoo, these might seem too small to matter, but in a 5-star space, every detail contributes. The key is coordination. Ditch the bright plastic soap bottles and mismatched products. Invest in matching dispensers. Think amber glass, ceramic white, matte black. Fill them with your favorite products. Label them if you want, and line them up like they belong. Suddenly your sink goes from cluttered to curated, and that's the word to keep in mind: curated. 5-star hotel bathrooms look the way they do because someone curated the space to feel cohesive. Another element most people overlook is the robe. Even if you never wear one, hanging a clean white robe on the back of your bathroom door or from a minimalist hook instantly says, "This is a place for rest." Robes are symbolic. They're not just garments, they're statements. They signal to your brain that it's okay to slow down, that comfort is welcome here. Pair that robe with a small folded stack of guest towels or a neatly arranged washcloth set, and suddenly, your bathroom has gone from functional to luxurious. Don't forget the walls. Bare walls make a space feel cold. But hotel bathrooms don't usually use heavy decor. Instead, they choose subtle framed artwork, usually something soothing, abstract, or nature-themed. One or two carefully chosen prints in slim, black, or wooden frames can make the room feel considered. It's not about filling the space, it's about adding quiet beauty. Avoid loud quotes or trendy phrases. Instead, lean into art that you'd expect to see in a high-end spa. Something that draws the eye, but doesn't demand attention. And here's something simple that makes a surprising difference. Upgrade your trash can seriously. A sleek metal or bamboo trash bin looks infinitely more sophisticated than a plastic grocery bag hanging off a doorknob. Same goes for your toilet brush. These are the details that don't seem important until you notice them, and once you upgrade, you'll never go back. All of these touches, scent, plants, texture, art, coordination, build on each other. They don't shout for attention. They whisper luxury. They create a feeling that lingers long after you've left the room. That's the secret of a true 5-star bathroom. It doesn't need to announce itself, it just feels good. And once yours does, there's only one step left. Protecting that feeling. That's what we'll cover next. Now that your bathroom looks and feels like a 5-star retreat, the final act is about something deeper than aesthetics. It's about habit. Because here's the truth. Even the most beautiful bathroom will lose its magic if it's not maintained with intention. The thing that truly separates hotel bathrooms from home bathrooms isn't just the design, it's the consistency. It's the way they are reset, refreshed, and prepared daily to welcome the next guest. So what happens when you start treating yourself like that next guest every day? The most luxurious spaces don't stay that way by accident. They're cared for. So to truly keep your bathroom in 5-star shape, you need to build a rhythm. This doesn't mean cleaning constantly or becoming obsessive. It means weaving a few small rituals into your daily life that keep the space feeling elevated. For example, every morning after you get ready, take 10 seconds to wipe down the faucet. Not because it's dirty, but because polished metal always feels fresh. Fold or straighten the towels. Reset the soap bottles so they're aligned. These are small actions, but they anchor the space, and intentionality is the heartbeat of luxury. In hotels, everything is put back in place after each use. You can mimic that easily. At the end of the day, before you turn off the bathroom light, do a 30-second reset. Toss any used towels into the hamper, close cabinet doors, wipe the mirror if needed, and turn the scent diffuser back on. It's not about deep cleaning. It's about resetting the tone. That way, when you walk in the next morning, it feels like you're stepping in a clean slate. That psychological reset affects your mood more than you realize. And it costs you nothing. Another mindset shift is how you treat your products. Stop saving the nice things for someday. Use the good hand cream. Light the candle. Spray the linen mist. So much of what makes hotels feel indulgent is the willingness to engage the senses in the present. So many people buy things for their bathroom but never actually use them. Don't wait for company. Don't wait for permission. You are the guest. You live here. So treat yourself the way you'd treat someone you love. Also, take stock monthly. Is your soap dispenser still full? Is the plant dusty? Is your candle burned down to the wick? These small details can start to fade into the background when we get used to them. But refreshing these elements keeps the space feeling alive. Replace the old candle with a new scent. Rotate the towels. Swap the art print for something seasonal. You don't need to do a full makeover, just a small change to signal a new mood. Hotels do this all the time. They change the lobby, scent, or the flowers on the front desk. And it works. It keeps the experience feeling new. Most importantly, protect the peace you've created. That means setting boundaries with how the space is used. If it becomes a laundry drop zone or a catch-all for clutter, the vibe will shift. So create invisible lines. Laundry goes in the hamper, not on the floor. Beauty tools go in drawers, not on the counter. If you live with others, share the vision. Let them know this isn't just a bathroom, it's a retreat. And retreats are sacred. So yes, your bathroom can look like a 5-star hotel. But more than that, it can feel like one. And the feeling is what lasts. You did the work to elevate the space. Now protect it, honor it, and enjoy it. Because every time you walk into that room, you're stepping into a version of your life where you put yourself first, not in a selfish way, but in a self-respecting one. And the best part? None of this required a remodel. You didn't tear out tile. You didn't buy a chandelier. You didn't spend thousands. You simply looked at what you already had and chose to treat it and yourself with a little more care. That's luxury. That's design. That's living well.